Welcome to the Ontario Mortgage and Real Estate Insights podcast, your go-to source for the latest developments, trends, and regulatory changes in the industry. I'm your host, Steve Hamoan, here to provide you with insights sourced from reputable news outlets to help you stay informed and make well-informed decisions.
This podcast is brought to you by Real Approved Inc., a trusted mortgage brokerage dedicated to helping Canadians achieve their homeownership dreams. Visit realapproved.ca to learn more about how our experienced team can assist you with your mortgage needs. Let's dive into today's episode.
So, Janine, today we're diving into the intricacies of the foreign buyers ban and the non-resident speculation tax in Ontario. These are pretty significant regulations that impact non-Canadian residents looking to purchase property here.
Absolutely, Steve. These measures are designed to address housing affordability and speculation concerns in our real estate market, but they can be quite complex for potential buyers to navigate, don't you think?
Yes, they are. Let's start with the federal ban on purchases by non-Canadians. This is part of the Prohibition on the Purchase of Residential Property by Non-Canadians Act, which has been extended until January 1st, 2027. It's aimed at making housing more affordable by restricting purchases in certain areas.
It's interesting how they define a non-Canadian. It's not just about citizenship, but also includes certain foreign corporations. And the geographic limits are quite specific, focusing on census metropolitan areas and census agglomerations.
Right, Janine. And it's crucial to verify if a property falls within these areas, because if it does, the ban applies. But many regions, especially in cottage country, and areas like the town of the Blue Mountains, are outside these zones, offering opportunities for non-Canadians.
That's a good point, Steve. Even within these zones, there are exceptions, like for temporary residents, certain students, and work permit holders, though they all have specific criteria to meet.
Exactly. Legal advice is vital to confirm eligibility under these exceptions. Now, the penalties for violating this ban can be severe, so compliance is critical.
And then there's the Ontario non-resident speculation tax, which is separate from the federal ban. It's a 25% tax on the purchase price of residential properties bought by non-Canadians. This applies province-wide, doesn't it?
It does, Janine. The goal here is to see if the buyer can qualify for an exemption at the time of purchase to avoid paying the tax. There are several exemptions, like the permanent resident exemption and the Ontario Immigrant Nominee Program nominee exemption, but they all come with strict requirements.
And it's important to note that these exemptions aren't just about paperwork. They require a genuine intent to live in the property as a principal resident soon after purchase.
Absolutely. Legal advice is again crucial here to determine eligibility before signing any agreements. And while rebates are an option if the tax is paid, securing an exemption upfront is far better financially.
In summary, while buying property in Ontario as a non-Canadian involves extra layers of rules, there are pathways and opportunities, especially outside the major federally designated urban zones. But personalized legal advice early in the process is essential.
Let's talk about the economic ripple effect of new home construction in Ontario. As outlined in a recent piece by Lindsay Smith, building just one new home can generate a significant amount of local economic activity. Before construction even begins, there are extensive development-related costs.
Exactly, Steve. These costs can exceed $50,000 per home and involve land acquisition, surveys, engineering assessments, and legal consultations. It's not just about building a house, it's about laying the groundwork for economic stimulation.
Once construction starts, the financial impact is even more pronounced. In places like Oshawa, building a typical two-story home can cost around $660,000, and that's just for the construction phase.
And when you add the soft costs, the total can easily surpass $700,000. This money flows directly into the local economy, supporting tradespeople, suppliers, contractors, and other professionals.
But the economic benefits don't stop once the house is built. When it sells, further financial activities are triggered, such as land transfer taxes, legal fees, and the new homeowners spending on appliances, landscaping, and other essentials.
That's right. New homeowners can spend an additional $60,000 locally just to make the house a home, which further boosts the local economy. It's a cycle of economic growth that extends beyond just the construction phase.
In Oshawa alone, nearly 400 single-detached homes were built in 2023, injecting an estimated $320 million into the local economy. This scale of investment underscores the importance of the home building industry in Ontario.
While there are challenges such as urban sprawl and infrastructure demands, the construction of new homes remains a vital part of economic stability, especially in uncertain times. It supports municipalities, businesses, and families alike.
Indeed, Janine. It's fascinating how the construction sector can act as a reliable economic stimulus. Even during economic slowdowns, the sight of cranes and construction crews can signal a positive turnaround, providing jobs and boosting local commerce.
And it's not just about numbers. It's about creating communities and opportunities for people to achieve their dreams of homeownership. The ripple effect of new home construction is truly profound in both economic and personal terms.
In March, Ontario home prices took a hit, marking the second consecutive month of decline. According to the Canadian Real Estate Association, single-family homes saw a 4.7% drop from March 2024 to March 2025. That's a decrease from $951,900 to $907,300. Condo prices fell even further, by 5.3%, while townhouses experienced a 2.2% decline.
That's quite a shift, Steve, especially after a period of relative stability. It seems that tariff-related uncertainty is a significant factor here, as noted by CREA's senior economist, Sean Cathcart. He mentioned that the uncertainty surrounding U.S. tariffs and a softening economy are casting a shadow over the Canadian real estate market.
Yes, and this points to broader economic implications. Sean Cathcart also indicated that the market was on track for a strong rebound year, but now it seems we're just treading water. It highlights the sensitivity of the real estate market to external economic factors such as international trade policies.
It's a reminder of how interconnected our economies are. While Southern Ontario and British Columbia are seeing the biggest declines, some areas like Sault Ste. Marie and North Bay are showing resilience with price increases. In Sault Ste. Marie, single-family home prices rose by 4.4%, and in North Bay, they jumped by 10.8% year over year.
That's a good observation, Janine. It shows that while the overall market may be facing challenges, there are regions within Ontario that are bucking the trend. This could be due to local economic conditions or perhaps less exposure to the factors impacting the broader market.
Exactly, Steve. It's important for potential buyers and investors to consider these regional differences. While some areas are experiencing declines, others might offer opportunities for growth. It really underscores the importance of doing thorough research and perhaps consulting with local experts before making decisions.
And let's not forget the role of inflation in this scenario. The price data released by CREA uses seasonally adjusted numbers without accounting for inflation, which is currently running between 2.3 and 2.9%. This adds another layer of complexity when evaluating the real impact on affordability and investment potential.
True, inflation is a key factor in the overall economic landscape. It affects everything from mortgage rates to consumer purchasing power. Buyers need to be mindful of how these economic indicators can influence the real estate market and their personal financial situations.
Today, we have a significant development from the Financial Services Regulatory Authority of Ontario, known as FSRA, which has imposed administrative penalties on Ismail Ayyoub.
Yes, Steve. This case involves Ayyoub contravening several key regulations, which has resulted in a total penalty of $30,000. These penalties reflect serious breaches in the mortgage brokerage process.
Ayyoub failed to take reasonable steps to ensure that the mortgages he presented were suitable for the borrowers. This lack of due diligence not only affected the clients, but also caused his brokerage to violate specific regulations.
It's really concerning, Steve. When mortgage brokers don't take the necessary steps to match borrowers with the right products, it can lead to financial distress for the clients. It's crucial for brokers to act in the best interest of their clients, ensuring that the mortgage terms align with their financial situations.
Moreover, Ayyoub failed to disclose material risks associated with these mortgages, which is a fundamental responsibility of any broker. This omission again led to his brokerage breaching regulatory requirements.
And let's not forget about the conflicts of interest that were not disclosed. Transparency is so important in maintaining trust in the financial services industry. Borrowers need to be aware of any potential conflicts to make informed decisions about their mortgages.
Absolutely, Janine. Transparency and disclosure are cornerstones of trust in any financial transaction. The fact that Ayyoub did not contest FSRA's proposal or request a hearing suggests that the evidence against him was quite substantial.
This case serves as a reminder of the importance of following regulatory guidelines to protect consumers. FSRA's decision to impose these penalties highlights their commitment to enforcing standards within the industry and ensuring consumer protection.
Indeed, Janine. It's important for professionals in the mortgage sector to learn from such incidents and prioritize ethical practices. This is not just about compliance, but about maintaining the integrity of the entire industry.
For anyone interested in the specifics of this case or FSRA's enforcement activities, you can access their enforcement database. It's a valuable resource for understanding how the regulator is working to protect consumers through diligent monitoring and enforcement.
As tax filing deadlines draw near, those with side hustles might be wondering what they need to keep in mind. Whether you're selling art on Etsy, delivering for Uber Eats, or tutoring kids after school, understanding your tax obligations is crucial.
That's right, Steve. It's essential for anyone with a side gig to be aware of the rules for declaring their income. Yannick Lemay, a tax expert with H&R Block Canada, reminds us that any business income, even as little as $1, needs to be declared. Not reporting this income can lead to severe penalties.
April 30th is the deadline for most people to file their income tax and benefit return. However, those who are self-employed or have a spouse or common law partner who is, have until June 16th to file. But remember, any taxes owed still need to be paid by April 30th to avoid interest charges.
And it's not just about filing on time. Penelope Graham from RateHub points out that a common mistake is filing an incorrect amount. Self-employed individuals need to keep track of their earnings, any taxes owed, and what can be claimed as business expenses throughout the year.
Unlike employees who receive a T4, self-employed individuals need to maintain thorough bookkeeping all year long. This has become even more important with new reporting rules for digital platform operators like DoorDash, Etsy, and Airbnb, which now must report information to the Canada Revenue Agency.
That's a crucial point, Steve. Although workers don't need to change their reporting, the Canada Revenue Agency can now verify the income reported on tax returns against platform-provided data. This underscores the importance of accuracy in your filings.
With over 2.6 million self-employed individuals in Canada, making up 13.2% of the employed population, the rise of digital platforms has made self-employment more common. But it also means facing new challenges, like potentially moving into a higher tax bracket due to additional income.
Exactly. Francisco Remolino from Remolino and Associates highlights that while side gigs help supplement income, they can also lead to higher taxes. It's a balancing act, and many new to self-employment might find themselves defaulting on taxes simply out of lack of knowledge.
To avoid these pitfalls, consulting an accountant or using reputable tax filing software can be invaluable. As Penelope Graham suggests, it's okay to seek help to ensure you're accurately reporting your income and claiming eligible expenses.
Absolutely, Steve. Understanding the tax requirements can significantly impact your bottom line, especially when claiming expenses as a self-employed individual. Getting it right is key to maximizing your financial health.
Thanks for tuning in to another episode of the Ontario Mortgage and Real Estate Insights podcast. We hope you found today's insights valuable as you navigate the world of mortgages and real estate.
Before you go, a quick reminder, Real Approved is here to make your mortgage journey smoother. Whether you're buying your first home or refinancing, their experienced team is ready to guide you with personalized support every step of the way. Visit realapproved.ca to get started and take the next step toward achieving your home ownership goals. Catch you next time and stay informed with the latest industry insights.